I remember going to see Bohemian Rhapsody in the cinema, and I remember as the movie started, the credits began to roll. You know, people who were in the movie, the director and the production designer and stuff like that. And I saw the name Mike Myers, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. I didn't know he was in this film. This is kind of a weird film for him to be in." But I put it out of my mind, and the movie continued to play, right? And then eventually, Mike Myers comes on screen. I was like, "Oh, I wouldn't have recognized him. He was so covered up. You know, I this is such a weird role for him to be in. Why is he in this movie? This is so weird." And then the story goes along, and it comes back to Mike Myers, and Mike Myers is giving his feedback on Queen's album, and he says a really weird line that something along the lines of, "This is terrible music. Teenagers would never headbang to it." And I'm like, what a weird thing to say. Like, why not just say this song is terrible or teenagers won't like it, but teenagers won't headbang to it? That is so weird. And then it hit me. I'm like, oh my god. So why do movies reference other movies? I think, in short, it is to delight those who get the joke. It is to offer two little presents to those in the know. One present during the movie and one present after the movie. I'm going to include a link in the description of this video to a TikTok video where it shows a cinema screening of the recent Spider-Man movie, right? And it shows the crowd reacting wildly to a particular moment where Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man saves MJ. Now, on the surface, to those not in the know, this would look like a fairly innocuous save, right? Andrew Garfield barely breaks a sweat, saving MJ. It's not particularly hard, a superhero of his caliber. It's really easy, right? But that's not why the crowd gets excited. The crowd whoops and cheers and whistles because this is a moment in reference to Andrew Garfield's previous Spider-Man films, and it is a great moment of redemption for him. It's a really special moment, and that's why the audience gets so excited, right? Those who know this is a special moment cheer violently in the cinema because it's so amazing, right? Now, the second present comes after the film, right? So, to take my example of Bohemian Rhapsody, I couldn't wait to get out of the cinema and tell my friends, my oblivious friends, the nuance that they missed, right? I couldn't wait to tell them what the Mike Myers reference was, right? And I think what's clever of filmmakers is that they know the film buffs and they know that films get discussed after a viewing. It's inevitable, really. What did you think of the film? What did you think of the car chase? Oh, that bit was amazing, stuff like that, right? And by adding in a little Easter egg, they're kind of gifting a hand-wrapped present to the film buffs who get the joke to earn a little degree of social status amongst their friends, to show off their film knowledge, and in turn maybe get a tiny bit of admiration at you're so knowledgeable about film, right? And if you're wondering, the Mike Myers, the reference when he says teenagers will never headbang to this, is a reference to a previous Mike Myers film, Wayne's World, where they sit in the car and they headbang to Bohemian Rhapsody, right? A very well done Easter egg in my opinion. So I think it's a clever idea for filmmakers to hide these little Easter eggs because it gives those in the know, the film buffs, one, a little squirm of delight whilst watching the film. It's like, oh my god, that's genius. And two, it enables a degree of progressing yourself, elevating yourself, social status wise, in the inevitable conversation afterwards, after a viewing. So anyway, that's my quick 4-minute rant on why movies reference other movies. I hope that helped. I'm Thomas.